All right, folks, we're back. It's game number 1, and I was mistaken. It's creator versus herO. So it's the matchup we have at hand. To introduce the players a little bit more appropriately in this semi-final match, to the top left we have the blue Protoss, Roots herO. And before anyone asks, it's the good herO.
They should kind of figure that out by saying root herO. But in the bottom right, as the red Protoss, it is creator.
By the way, a lot of people clearly loved that joke. Keo Games says they want their money back. No, dude, don't you understand? By not giving you your money back, now you can go make Reddit threads and comments about how Rifkin stole your money and other bad things about BaseTradeTV. I'm still waiting for that one guy, by the way, to let me know so I can refund his donation. But surprisingly and shockingly, he's not responded to any of my attempts to reach out to him.
Shocking, right? It's like that person. I remember a few things so clearly. Sometimes, I suppose. I'm pretty blessed by remembering the good things in life more than the bad things, right? But occasionally I remember the bad things. There's one time someone on Reddit posted something about me, and someone else replied saying that I was not a very nice person, that I had been personally mean to them and very scathing to them on Skype. And I was like, I'm sorry.
You were exactly like that.
I'm sorry you felt that way. I don't recognize your username. Like, who are you? Maybe it was a standing or something along those lines. I actually responded, and they were like, I don't prefer to say because I don't want to start drama. And I'm like, okay, so you're actually just no one, are you? Like, you're just making this up, aren't you? Because like I could definitely see, like, you know, someone being like, oh, she stopped talking to me, so she's kind of mean. But I would then just argue, like, well, that happens. I don't know if you could really call me mean for doing that.
Well, it's really annoying too, because like you get some instances like that, but then there's some somewhat legit instances. I don't remember the name of the user at this point, but there's that one guy I remember, maybe not super clearly, but a few years back he donated, and the message was like, yo, here's 25 bucks. If you can, make a show match of Puck versus Major. If you can't, just put the money towards something else. And we never ended up getting a show match of Puck versus Major because they didn't want to play each other. I think at the time it was like a latency thing, or maybe I don't remember why, but there was like a legitimate reason for why they didn't want to play each other. So we put the money towards something else. But for like 2 years, and probably still to this day if I had to guess, the guy would post on Reddit talking about how BaseTradeTV scammed him. We never delivered our promise. I'm like, dude, you said or put it towards something else. Like, the message is there. Like, what the fuck? Like, you're actually just crazy. And the thing is that it's so frustrating. Like, those type of people, like, I don't want that money. You know, we talk about money a lot in the channel, but that's not the type of stuff we want. Like, if you're the type of person who gets upset over that sort of stuff, like, keep it, please. You save us all some trouble.
Certainly. Yeah. Back to PvP. You had mistakenly said herO versus Gear, because
yes,
that's of course what we cast.
Again.
I know. I simply just wanted to point out that you were wrong. No, but because that's what we cast only 2 games ago, because that TBT was 2-0, so it was understandable.
Whoa.
And herO won that series, but I mean, it was a 2-1.
Yeah, caught off guard there. Sorry, we'll get to the donation. This is a big donation. Thank you, Firelicious. 50 bucks. I'll read the message in a second, because herO's on the attack. He's on the prowl. While maybe he's left a little bit to be lacking at home, and he gets the build, keeps the depths out of the main. That's huge. He now attacks the other side of the map. While there's a Phoenix holding 1 stock in the sky, there's still 3 too many to deal with. And he's got warp-ins coming from close by. Slow warp-ins, but 5 new stalkers on the way. Right now, Creator has no shield battery. He has to cancel his Nexus. Every bit of money has to be spent on units, because he could die here. herO has so many stalkers to fight this with.
Yeah. The funny siege hop of pylons making the slow warp-ins ever so closer. It's just Phoenix from here on out.
Oh, man, and another big warp-in on the way. He doesn't need to be anything at home. Even if the adepts do finally break through, you can throw down another pylon and actually wall it off again.
He's not paying attention, however, really focusing on this side of the map. The probes are still dangerous against the stalkers. Without the adepts coming in, they're just going to tap out.
All right, herO takes game number 1, and let's replay that so we can continue faking donations here. 50 bucks again! Whoa! Firelicious! Thank you for the $50. He says, I'm an old Command & Conquer Westwood gamer turned into StarCraft 2 after EA fucked up, as they always do. Keep the good, and he uses quotes, keep the good casting going, smiley face. Okay. You know what? I couldn't agree more with those air quotes. Thank you so much for the 50 bucks, man. That generosity is awesome to see. But it's Creator's map pick for the next game. PvP continues. If you guys don't know the format of the Olimoleague, you're just tuning in, you can type ! brackets in chat to see whereabouts we're at. The grand finals will be best of 5, and it'll be Cure versus the winner of this series, so guaranteed TVP. I think that if herO wins, Cure's in for a world of trouble, though, and it's nothing to do with my balance whining for TVP and everything to do with just herO is a fantastic player.
herO's good. Pro analysis.
Mm-hmm.
Why he good?
Also,
he move units good.
Why are we talking like this?
Cause herO good.
Okay. In the meantime, I do want to talk a little bit about our schedule, so I might skip the intro to do this. But I just want to kind of grab everyone's attention. We got the most amount of people. People have been messaging me about the events thing. Like, the events tab on Twitch is not up to date, guys, and a large part of this is just simply because we haven't had a confirmed schedule. I've actually had to move so many things around. We've intentionally not been casting a lot of these WCS related things. We definitely won't be casting the IEM stuff. By the way, really glad we didn't. Did you? Oh, we're in the wrong lobby. Man, did you hear about what happened with WCS?
What do you mean? I heard many things.
Okay, so there's like the seating being wrong and having to replay games that were played out, right? And that's the thing a lot of people know about. What I didn't know about that I talked to Wardy about last night was like they made everybody wait 2 hours after reseating the bracket.
Oh.
And this is like a good and a bad thing, right? Good thing is it gives players a little bit of time to prep for whoever their new opponent is. But the bad thing also is like, yo, as a broadcaster, suddenly you got to kill 2 hours of time. As a player, that might be really late all of a sudden. Like you were okay playing at 7 p.m., but you're not okay playing at 9 p.m. because that could go all the way to midnight and longer. Like,
yep. I'm
just so like, I love WCS and the system. I'm just glad we weren't casting it because, man, I would have been so tilted. I would have been so fucking triggered, and I would have been going off on stream, getting both of us in trouble. Like,
yeah, there's a lot of things wrong with that one.
It's a little bit sad that we're not online as often as we have been normally, but at the same time, there's something to be said about taking that break. But we're gonna hop in the game. We're gonna skip the intro because we just got another donation coming in from Sergeant the Troll. $25. He says, put this money towards a show match between Yo Mama and Daddy, or put it towards something else. Ooh, what if I actually put it towards nothing? I just leave it to rot in PayPal till the end of time. That's the scam right there. Got him. Thanks for throwing away $25. Oh, thank you guys so much. Hitting our donation goal for the day feels fucking awesome. We've also had BitBoss change hands quite a bit throughout the stream. Currently, it's still Firelicious though with 907 health, barely hanging in there. Of course, while I really appreciate the donations and you guys are awesome, I do urge you all to check out the new cheer motes. I'm really going to be advertising this because I just look, we spent money on them, okay, but they also look really good. I'm very happy with the way they turned out. Anyways, game number 2 kicks off. To the top left, we have the blue Protoss Creator.
The bottom right, as the red Protoss is herO.
By the way, I want to dive back to that conversation a little bit about the passion of the StarCraft audience. So here we are, which we are perhaps incorrectly, but unfortunately popularly branded as terrible casters. And we talk too much about off-game stuff, not about what's going on in the game, etc., etc. However, you guys are still keeping us afloat here. We wouldn't make anywhere close to this amount of money in a single day's work doing what we would normally do just because of where things are at. So the fact that you guys enjoy what we're doing, the fact that I can continue to enjoy what I'm doing because you enjoy what we're doing, like, that is what keeps us going. That passion is not found elsewhere. I see a lot of streamers who get like twice the viewership we get and probably like a quarter of the support. So seriously, love you guys, long time. I don't mean that in any joking way.
It's the quality. You guys are the Protoss of the esports community.
Well, if Diesel Max Power is, if he's here, we know he is.
Yeah, he won't take offense. I'm sure a lot of other people will. So herO taking that pretty swift 1-0 victory. Proxy Pylon, really good, just surprise attack, and Creator going for a Stargate opener that did not do very much. Creator is usually a great player. Not to take away here, but it is kind of an odd set of the top 4. Natural making it all the way to top 4 happens occasionally, but usually on the smaller brackets. And then creator make a top 4 happens occasionally, but again, I would say usually on the smaller brackets. But you know, we had innovation, who you would have thought would have made it to the finals. Young TVT is a specialty, so kind of ditto. Instead, we have, well, natural now dead, but also creator versus herO.
Yeah, creator versus herO is still a bit surprising, I guess. Creator is in no means a bad player. He's just not a name we normally just expect to see. But yo, Terminator is ruining everything. So is Kazakh. So the wrong cheer motes, guys. 500 Muxies coming in. Muxies are Bay. And then 300 Mr. Destructoids. Thank you very much, Kazakh 305 and Terminator 101.
So, you know what I forgot to... People with numbers in their names. What even?
Well, this is where I get really curious. Like, how do you pick that number, right? Like, was there 100 Terminators before the Terminator finally found 101 to be available? Same with Kazakh. Was there 304 Kazakhs?
I'm sure that's something to do with, like, this your favorite number, or easier to reach on the keyboard, or it was their locker combination in high school. I definitely don't remember my locker combination.
What's your favorite number?
6.
Because it sounds like another word? Or because it was the hottest Cylon?
No, it was 6 long before I watched Battlestar Galactica, but it was nicely coincidental, so I like it. Nah, for other reasons. Other weeb reasons.
Weeb reasons? Why 6? Now I'm really curious. This is going to just turn into a really bad pun, but now
I can't talk about it. It's too much of young zombie grub. It's too much of young zombie grub.
I watched 6 episodes of Naruto and fell in love, so 6 is my favorite number.
No, it wasn't that.
I prayed 6 times a night for Naruto to end up with Hinata. Like, what are we talking about here?
Can you stop saying it, Naruto? Good.
I had 6 of the Dragon Balls. That's all I got.
I'm gonna change this topic. herO is attacking again. He's got a War Prism on the way. Creator is a bit of an attack himself, but not nearly as big.
If he had 1 more stalker, he'd have 6.
That would be a good number.
It would be, but fortunately, we don't know why.
Never will. The Adepts do go into the natural, where there were plenty of probes to find. They had fortunate to be pulled into this. herO doesn't want to spend any minerals warping even a single stalker. So 5 probes go down. Not that bad. But I feel that the most unfortunate thing about this is that the Observer has been there the entire time. The creator knows when the War Prism's going to come in. He knows when the attack's going to come in, and he's got an Immortal. He's got a shield battery. He's looking to hold this no problem. Oh, but the bait! The bait. Here gets in with the War Prism. Instant pull away from the probes, however.
Yeah, good reaction out of the creator despite the bait. He does transfer 2 more through, though, and 4 Adepts is actually something you really got to worry about. Even with a shield battery here, that's going to get some probe kills, so got to be cautious, but he also has to focus fire a bit, too. You can't just A-move. The shield battery will cover the random Adept damage. But this is starting to really be worth it. Even if the Adepts go down, as long as the War Prism gets out of there, 9 probes, that cuts creator down to being on even now with herO.
Nicely done. herO was not looking to be in a good spot, having the attack do nothing, but the War Prism definitely made up for that. Now they're even-ish on +1. The Immortal counts in favor of creator, I suppose, and also the charge is going to be in favor. But herO's going for Robotics Bay. Ooh.
I really, it's not going to be, but I'm sitting here like, as much as it's likely to do anything else, like a War Prism speed, I really want to see Disruptors. That's Colossus. Boo. War Prism's gonna get caught by the Stalkers, though. Ejected. Ooh, these Adepts gonna get through to the main.
Couple Stalkers aren't in position. Well, bam.
Yeah, this is actually another good reaction. It's so frustrating you have to pull the probes away, but it's way better than losing 10 plus. So only 4 or so go down. Handles this a lot better than the last attack. Phoenix scouting the main. He's gonna see that Robo, and he might even see the Colossus. I mean, there is a bit of a question mark there. Colossus are hardly standard in the matchup, so you don't really know for sure what that's going to be, but at the same time, I really don't know about the effectiveness of a Colossus. I'm not sold on it personally. We don't see enough players go for it to say, like, this is a great thing to do. But the one upside is I look at this, I'm like, you know what, this will be able to take down Zealots from far away. It can poke, excuse me, with its range. but it's also something that'll die very quickly to Immortals and Stalkers and Zealots.
It can do a folk dance. Tap tap.
A-da-dee-da-dee-da-dee-doo.
Yeah, I don't like Colossus so much either. They are great things to have in a large army, or one that is something that like it can be protected. So force fields come down, great. It's in a choke, great. It's in a huge army, fantastic. It's still kind of a small army, and Creator is trying to get to Blink, but it's also going to Colossus himself. So it looks like herO just gonna beat him on that tech path.
Man, that's crazy. Look how many adepts have died this game for herO.
Yeah, 6 is a good number.
It's a great number. Okay, you're not going to talk about it, fine. I won't try to pry the information of it, but why is it? Is it like an embarrassing thing? Is it just like a personal secret? Like, why is this a secret?
It's not a secret. It's just something really nerdy I did when I...
Okay, fair enough.
It's like when, you know, people used to be shot like embarrassed because they did D&D before it was kind of mainstream anyways.
I'm just like, the more we talk about it, the more I think this like super bad, where you drew like 6 dicks and like hope nobody saw them. You put them in your lunchbox and you're just like praying to God nobody finds out about the 6.
That's so weird. No, it wasn't that. The hero's moving out here. He's got an army supply lead. Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Are you
and our
double
2
dick,
Colossus. What?
What? Double dick, dude. Now,
I like the alliteration, but I'm not following.
Proven to be wrong, Redditor that had 2 dicks. You're talking about penises, then you said your favorite number was 2, so you know. I put 2 and 2 together.
So did that guy apparently. That is the natural progression, of course. Wow. Creator's getting his own Colossus, by the way. This is so weird to see. I cannot recall the last time we saw Colossus versus Colossus in a PvP.
I can. Wings of Liberty.
Picks up a
the
pylon or
exact
2?
day was February 2nd, 2015.
Yeah? Can someone challenge that and find out if a protest game actually happened on that day? So I was just saying, 2 Immortals make sense for a drop. I'm not sure why it was an Immortal and an Archon. Because 2 Immortals could have also fought off those Stalkers, and this wouldn't have been like a retreat the way it was. But that ended up just being awkward. So I'm not sure what that was out of herO. Regardless, though, pylons going down, a little bit delay in gateway production, small supply block, but ultimately doesn't really disrupt Creator all that much. Hey, this guy's got 3 of your favorite numbers in his name. Thank you, Lego Master 666. What have I done? Happy New Year's, ZG and Riff. Too tired to call you a vampire today, Riff. Well, glad to hear that, I guess. Thank you for the 23 months, almost 2 years. Damn.
Damn. Dark Shrine's on the way. herO was without Thermal Lens for a very long time, and had he pushed when he was out on the map, I would have noted that, but he, of course, backed off eventually. Now it's Creator controlling the map, bigger army supply. Temporarily, better upgrades. He went for an armor upgrade over an attack upgrade, which I find odd.
Weird. I guess, you know what, it actually makes sense. Normally this wouldn't be very valuable because your army is primarily composed of Archons, which don't benefit from armor. They've only got 10 health. But if your army's going to be Colossus heavy, I can kind of see the upgrades for armor not being such a bad thing for Zealots and Colossus. I don't know, like it's armor in general is not that useful, we're going to say, but I don't know, we'll see if this plays a factor or not. Big Colossus fight gonna come down though. A lot of splash damage, a lot of Colossus from herO sitting here on 5.
Yeah, more than Creator. And Creator had faster double production on it. His Zealots just died instantly. Tries to reinforce, but that didn't work out so well. Oh, well, the fodder's almost gone. herO is only left a Colossus, and Creator's Colossus is still alive. 4 to 5 with a lot more fodder.
Prob's getting pulled. This is looking good for Creator. I didn't think he'd make it happen, but he looks like he has. New Immortal comes to the front line and maybe kills the Colossus, but there's still Warpins coming. That Warp Prism never went down.
Oh my god, the single Immortal shot almost takes out the Colossus. Every time Creator goes in range of this Colossus to herO's, it's like so dangerously close to losing all of his, but that is it. GG.
Well, Creator ties it up, which is good to see. That's also going to carry us now to our little bit of an ad break. So, folks, sit tight. We'll be back for Game 3 ASAP. 2 minutes coming at you. Alrighty, it's game number 3. Real quick as a thing here, because can't think of a creative name in chat, says, did it cut to ads in the middle of the game for anybody else? There's a problem with browsers and Twitch recently, where the longer you watch, and sometimes the worse your computer is, frankly, the more you'll actually lag behind the real broadcast. This is super frustrating because I've experienced this firsthand. Like, suddenly I realize people are typing stuff in chat that I see on stream 5 minutes later. You gotta refresh. I know it's annoying because it could possibly play a reroll ad and like you'll lose out on what you're doing, but honestly, every half an hour you're on a stream, you should probably refresh it just to make sure you're not behind. Because we do only play ads at the designated times, and if you're seeing ads during gameplay, you're probably just very behind in delay. Anyways, that being said, I hope you'll join us for the rest of the broadcast now, because it is this last game of this best of 3, then the grand finals. Winner of this game goes on to fight against Cure. To the top left, we have Roots, Red, Protoss, herO.
In the bottom right, as the blue Protoss, it's Creator.
Both players getting pretty good wins in their respective games. The Colossus fight was not what I expected, though, and to be honest, it's been a while since we've gone into a game and I've not really known what to expect, because a lot of the times things are predictable or they're built off of previous versions of like some metagame, but Colossus really just aren't a thing, and I have to wonder how practiced that was for either of them, because at the same time it didn't look like there was a lot of super sick micro. There was no like, okay, Colossus target fire. It was kind of like, okay, set it and hope for the best.
Yeah, you know, Creator got the better end, I think, of the concave. herO is trapped in between his nexus and the wall, where Creator a little less so. That certainly affected it, and then there is always, like, we do go back to PvPs where there was Colossus. We would do a lot of heavy emphasis on what accompanies the Colossus. The Colossus are the big things you look at, you think looks overpowered, but really, it's what else is added in, the perfect combination of units. That was something that Rain, like seriously Rain, like a long time ago, right, was really good at, was having that perfect composition so that his Colossus would never found themselves alone like herO's did. But I think, you know, whatever happened with the actual engagement, whatever happened with the number of Colossus as opposed to the number of the mortals, etc., there's just the fact that herO took a 4th base and Creator didn't. herO was being greedier and Creator was trying to hit a timing. Can that happen again on Odyssey? I don't know. Colossus is considered rare, so similar situation, I don't think it'll be with Colossus. And herO is starting things off with a Stargate.
I'm not sold on Stargate play, but in the hands of somebody like herO, I trust them to do well with it. Meanwhile, it is just the Robo starting out for Creator. Much more, you know, safe opener, I guess. As herO Stalkers come across the map, there's not a lot they can do, but they might be able to distract the front, so it's very important he doesn't lose these Adepts or Stalkers. Like, everything herO does wants Creator to be out here in the main, wants him to be away from the mineral line, and just basically opening that opportunity for the Oracle to get in there. So, not worth actually completing any of these transfers, not worth committing to anything. This is meant to be a distraction force.
What's really funny about what Creator does right here is that by locking the Adepts out, he also could potentially lock his Stalkers out and have to... Ooh, this looks so dumb. And
wow,
would have to warp
the Purifier
in.
Skin! What?
It's finally failed
what?
you?
I've literally never seen this. I mean, the core looks cooler. I really like the green thing. But this looks like nubbed. Like, it just looks like a little nubbed. Like, they took a regular Oracle and sanded it down. So it got smoother, but way smaller.
It's an Apollo Oracle. It's got a little nubbin.
It's a bobtail. It's a little pop.
No, it's worse
It's
than
crazy
a bobtail.
because oh, what's the other one called? The dark, the Alarak one or whatever.
Yeah,
Tatooine,
that one's
there you
sick.
go. It made it huge and spiky and big and scary.
Like volleyballs.
So yeah, these look like interceptors, like really big interceptors.
Yes, you were right about that.
This is getting a phenomenal amount of damage done, by the way. This is destroying the probes. 15 workers going down. That's massive.
Adept's gotten the natural as well. Now, that is a lot of herO's arm supply. Oracle's without energy, Adept's being killed, so Creator's gonna try and counter, but herO's got a shield battery on the way, and Immortal about halfway done, realizing the danger of the situation, but it is a very, very, very temporary one. herO was not that far down on supply, and as long as he holds, he wins.
Yeah, he can give up the main, or the natural, excuse me, and just turtle the main if he has to, in the worst case scenario. Corsair gonna block that out. Immortal comes down from that ramp. It's got some good damage to get some shots off. The shield battery is gonna complete one of them at least. Keeps the probe alive. That's kind of funny to see. Meanwhile, the Oracles go back in. There's not that much for them left to kill, frankly. So 5 probes go down. There's going to be no more Warp Prisms coming out of Creator. That Warp Prism is actually not a threat like it normally would be. And the Immortal clears this up. Shield batteries actually finish all 3 of them, in fact. That's going to be game. GG.
By the way, that wasn't a bobtail Oracle. It was missing too much to be a bobtail. That was like a hairless cat Oracle. It was missing like everything. All the spikes. All the carapace, all the fancy doodads. Such a dumb-looking Oracle.
Yes. Yes, it was.
Yes.
This does mean we're going to go to the finals with herO then. herO versus Cure, which is going to be a pretty cool best of 5. We had a $6 donation. Oh, speaking of cute little bobtails, hey, buddy. Oh, he closes his eyes. He's so sweet. $6 coming from Idle Time. Timey. Chat wants to know what's behind at number 6. I think we would need 6 donations of $6 to maybe even have a chance to bait that out as Zombie. And even then, she might be too embarrassed. I did learn during the break, though. I'll share this much with you guys. She says weeb, all right? But it apparently has nothing to do with the anime. I don't feel like that's a fair statement to say that it's weeby and have nothing to do with the anime. In fact, I'm going to go as far as to say that's bullshit, Zombie Grub.
I consider it a weeby thing to do. It's definitely during the peak years of weebiness.
What donation number do we need to hit for the audience to find out about this? Because I might even throw some bucks in.
$6,000.
Divided by...
Divided by 6 is...
Still too much and not worth it.
What is that?
Be 1,000. Mine is 6 times 6 times 7. Like, Apollo's being super cute, guys. I absolutely love seeing this cat, but we gotta play some ads to get this out of the way so we can get into this finals ASAP and not delay anything. So take a screenshot. God damn, he's so sweet. Oh, just the way he's resting on your arm. All right, we'll see you guys soon.